We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. And in this part, I'm John, by the way. We're playing Slay the Spire 2. We're on Act 3 of the pre-release beta thing, right? We all do the same thing when we buy things from Steam or on a console or whatever. When the game isn't quite ready, which is more and more and more lately, they release it and they call it like a pre-release or early access or something. Anyway, what they do is they release it and they let the public figure out what the bugs are so they don't have to, right? Anyway, so in the last part, we went through Act 1 and Act 2 using the Regent as the main character, and we saw the power of bombardment, and that is in our repertoire now. However, we have a bunch of cards. So, what I did was at this dude, Ancient. I used the one where I could get rid of 3 cards and then get Folly. So essentially, I got rid of 2 cards. Folly is right here. It's an unplayable, innate, eternal, and ethereal, which means that every combat we start, it starts in our hand, which is fine. It doesn't do any damage. It just takes a spot. After the first hand of any combat, it disappears forever, and we don't have to worry about it. So that was ideal for me because I was able to get rid of 2 other cards without having to go to merchants to do it. We still have more cards to get rid of. Because I'd like to pare this down to like I'd really we have 21. I'd really like this to be 19 when we get to the last boss, which by the way is Door. Okay. So we need to know that. Okay. We need to know that. So here's a merchant. Let's look where the merchants are. Merchant there. Merchant here. We can hit them. But we have to fight this guy. And he's an elite. And then if we go to this merchant, we have to fight that elite. And then there's another one. Okay, so we can actually go around the elite if we're not feeling up to it and hit 2 merchants. Okay, so that's probably what we'll do in this episode. I don't really feel the need. Okay, so if you play this game, there's something called a timeline. The game has it's not just this. It has reveals and gameplay outside of the combat. Essentially, what I mean, and I can't go back there because I'm in a run right now, but there's a timeline. So in the timeline, it shows you a long timeline and then little boxes, and the boxes are are locked. They're all locked, and when you do certain things, the boxes become unlocked, and the certain things that you do is in the game. Like you run through it with. We're playing as the Regent, so I play the game. I play a run as the Regent, and one of those things unlocks. And what happens when it unlocks is it reveals more cards you can play, more more potions you can get, things like that, more relics you can get. Oh yeah, and then another one might be like you know beat Act 1 with the Regent, and when you do that, it will unlock more cards or something like that, and that's really important because the cards that you get may not be as good as they're certainly not as good as the ones that you unlock, but you still may do the right thing with the cards you have in order to win. But it might be easier going with the ones that you unlock. So it just gives more dynamic to the game. So in this particular one, we're going to be fighting Door as the boss, and The problem with that is I thought we were playing. So the game itself is a early access game. Okay. But every week or so they tweak it and they have another beta. So there's been, I don't know how many, maybe 10 different um releases of this of the beta path. Beta, what do they call it? Branch. So So, for instance, you buy the game, it's early access or whatever, and you play it. This is what you're playing. What we're doing right now. If you were to play the beta branch, you would get slightly different modified things. Sometimes quite a bit modified. Like there's a new boss in the beta branch, even though the game is beta. Whatever, don't get caught up on the minutia. All right. And so I thought I was playing that though, but I'm playing on a different computer. So evidently I didn't download the beta and choose it in Steam. And so, okay. So we're just going to get right to it. Our first, let's see where we are right now. We're right here. We're going to go up here at the path. We're going to hit this merchant. We'll figure out what to do. We'll probably go this way, but we'll figure out what to do. And hopefully at that merchant, we'll have enough money to get rid of a card. Big bang. All right. And in this one, he's buffing himself. I don't know what he's buffing himself with, but he has. Probably strength. I think this is the ritual dude. So we don't have to worry about any damage. So we're going to fallen strike him, and that will make him vulnerable. Shining strike will do more damage then. Gather light, because we want to get back. So we want to get back the star, at least one of the stars. And then we can Sovereign Blade his ass. That's good. So I love Big Bang. I love Big Bang so much that I bought two. Or we got two. We didn't buy any of them. We got them. We need to upgrade the next one so they're innate. Innate, if you remember, means that it appears in your hand at the beginning of combat. So we have the Smith here, which forges 40, which is really nice. We also know that he's going to be doing 12 damage on us, and we really only have one way to combat that is with Reflect. We'll Solar Strike his ass to get back some of those stars we just wasted using Reflect. By the way, it's going to be great for us. Reflect does 21 block, and then all the damage that hits me gets reflected back. Incidentally, all the damage. If you play Reflect, all of the damage anybody does to you is reflected back, which means more than 21 if that's the case. So if you're fighting a boss and he casts Reflect and he's about to hit you for 50, and you build up block to 50, that's going right back at his ass. Okay. So he's doing 12. We have 21. That's fine. We have the Smith now, which is great. Let's do that. Why don't we do that? Let's shift to the Smith. That buffs our Sovereign Blade to 55 damage. Okay, and incidentally, the funny thing is the Smith goes back into our discard pile, so we can even make it bigger. That's what she said. Okay. All right, so we got bombardment, and we need to think about this for a second. Is this guy a problem? Well, sort of. He's starting to ramp up his shit so fast. We only have a way to defend for 5. And that's it. We don't have stars to do Cloak of Stars. We wasted them on the last round. So what do we do? So what we do is we use this Touch of Insanity to make bombardment free. And now bombardment will just happen. But we're still going to take a shit ton of damage. We'll still take, like 18 damage, 17 damage, 16 damage. Bombardment hits, we're almost done. Big Bang brings a Sovereign Blade to 60. But more importantly, with Big Bang, it gives us energy and a star. That's more important. We're at 44 damage. If we had 4, we still wouldn't win because Devastate's not upgraded. All right, so he's going to do 30 damage. We need to think about that. We have 4 movement points. Solar Strike will get us to 3. Gather Light will get us to 4. We can Devastate for 30, but we can't kill him. So Ultimate Strike, or Ultimate Defend. And at this point, we're going to have to eat the damage, which is 19, which is 11, which is not that bad. But we'll Devastate him, so he is down to 4. Incidentally, if we upgraded Devastate, he'd be dead. And Bombardment comes right in there and does what it should, right? All right, we don't want any more cards, for sure. We're at 70 of 97. This is a really interesting fight. If any of these fuckers hit me, I lose max hit points. Yes, I know. It's dumb, right? It's dumb. By the way, we had Big Bang twice. I cast them both twice. Now we have 6 points and 5 stars. We've got to be able to do this. Let's see. He's doing 14 to me. He's doing 10 to me. This is a danger zone. 5 but 2 times. Because if either of those hits gets through, I lose 2 hit points. Max. Bad. All right, so what we want to do is, boy, you know, that was, remember that in the last episode, remember the gold card that allowed me to have Sovereign Blade hit all, right, everyone? That would be so good right now, right? Yeah. I didn't pick it. All right, so we need to block. We need Gather Light does 11. That's really good, but that gives us a star, which is important. Because now we can Gamma Blast one of these Emperors. And then Cloak of Stars, because we got those stars. So we have 21. So 14 and 6 is not 21. Yes, it is. No, it's 20. So it's right there. Cool. All right, so we're good. We can Solar Strike that guy. We can actually kill him. But I don't really want to kill him. 14, 17, 19, 20. Okay. We'll hit him because we need to like tear it down, you know? If you have enough block, that's what you do. So Bombardment is almost like right out at this moment because we can't afford to get hit by anybody. So that will kill that guy, but we may not want to do that. If I do Falling Star, then I can't do Reflect. Reflect is 21, so that's 10 and 14 is 24. Here's a perfect example. Are you ready? We're going to Reflect. And you saw what Reflect did, right? You gain 21 block, and any blocked attack damage is reflected back. So 21 damage is going to be reflected back, but they're going to do 24. So we defend. Now our defense is 26. Everything they do will be bounced back right the fuck back at him. He's dead, and he took 14 damage. So good. So good. Not good enough. We're fucked, man. Well, let's Venerate. That doesn't really help. That we need 4. We don't have enough. So defend only gets us, oh boy, this is not going to be good. We're going to lose 4 max hit points. That's not good. That's just not good. But that's the way it goes, man. That's the way it goes. We're going to Reflect that shit. Shining Strike this guy. Gather Light. Okay, so he's not doing anything. He killed himself with the reflect. Shining Strikes and Patter. Patter's an interesting card because it's 11 block and 3 vigor. Vigor adds damage onto whatever you whatever you do. So if you have a strike and you strike deals 6 damage, it will deal 9 for one strike after you cast Patter. It's a one-time deal. We're not taking that. It's just an interesting thing. None of these guys are paying attention. And when none of them pay attention, he's buffing, upgrade, upgrade. We bombard, man. That's what we do. Shining Strike, because we want Shining Strike back. Shining Strike, you hit it, it goes to the top of your draw pile. All right, so now we need to think a little bit. We can Devastate, we can Falling Star, we can Gather Light, Reflect, Shining Strike, all of it. This is 18. Can we kill anybody? I don't think we're gonna. I think we're gonna reflect everything we can. So we reflect 21. Let's count it up. 18. Let's say this 20. 34 minus 2 is 32. So this is 32 damage it's going to do. We can do 21 with a block and 8. Now we're at 29. And what else can we do? We can't do anything else. So we're going to take a little bit of damage, but it's not that bad. Right? It's just not that bad. We have 4 stars. We really don't want to use our stars on one of these things. But falling, this might be good. This might be good. Let's do this here, and then we can Shining Strike him. And that does a little more damage because he's vulnerable. And we still, because we Shining Strike, we're still at 4. We used 2 for the debuff, and then 2 for the Shining Strike we got back. All right, if we end, he'll take 14, he'll take 9, he'll take less than 9. So 14 there, 9 there, and 6 there. Okay, so we took a little bit of damage. Our bombardment comes in. It's going to save us, I'm sure. Yeah, maybe not. Oh, we're going to Shining Strike this guy to kill him. Oh, it didn't kill him. Fuck. I thought it would. I thought it would. All right, we only have Gamma Blast left. 13 damage. He's doing 10. Okay, we'll do that. And then Cloak of Stars to give us some. So this 10 damage he's about to do is offset by my 10 defense. And his 11 damage is coming in, man. So we have 3. So we can do a couple of things. We can attack with that, and then we can defend. And we will take 6 damage. Looks like. Yeah, we're down to 40. Bombardment kills that dude. Big bang. Gather Light. Strike. Shining Strike. And defend. And that's 22 damage. We take a little bit more. It's getting hard in the third act, man. It's getting hard in the third act. We got a Dex potion, which is good, though. All right, so this won't be anything, hopefully. No, downgrade 2, upgrade 4. Devastate got upgraded. So good. Okay, hold on. All right, back. Let's see what we want to do here. We have 182 gold. We need to get rid of a card. Oh, Dying Stars here. That's a good card, too. That deals 9 damage to everybody and then reduces their strength this turn by 9. It's just so good, man. So good. This is also really good. It makes a card royally approved, which is the card has innate and retain, which means you start out with it. And if you don't want to use it right away, it just stays in your hand until you want to use it. That's really good. like bombardment, right? You start out with it in your hand and you know you're going to have it 100% of the time. Obviously, we can't get it because we need to get rid of a card, but what if it could? All right, so we're going to get rid of the last strike. And that's good. Okay. Now we're at 20 cards, which is good. We're going to go over here and then rest because we haven't really been resting. We've kind of, you know, we're down to 30 hit points there, up there. So we really need to be careful because this boss at the end, we need to be at full health. And then we'll probably lose anyway. But we want to give it a college try. And we did get a new relic, and the relic does 9 damage to all enemies when combat starts. That's not that great, but still, it's okay. It's okay. All right, so now that we're almost, well, no, we're not almost there. We're going to have to rest here as well. We're still not there yet. Okay. All the way full. We're close. So this one that we get here, if there's nothing here to fight, okay, good. Then the next one we can upgrade. All right, so this is the coolest event in the game, the Crystal Sphere. Okay, it says you can pay 52 gold to divine 3 times or gain debt curse to divine 6 times. This is really fun for me, and it's not a one-time thing. I'll show you, okay? We're gonna pay 52 gold and divine 3 times. So you have this area inside here. See the outside white area, and you see me moving around this block of 9 things. 9 like squares. So where I click, it opens it up to reveal. Okay, I can do that 3 times because that's what I paid for. We're gonna do it here. And if you notice when I did it there, it uncovered like a little window. But that's not a window, it's a card. It's blue, so it's uncommon. So that is a uncommon card reward I uncovered. And money. And if you can see this part right here, this is a rare card reward and a potion. Okay, but I only have 1 divine left. So I'm going to do it right here so I get that rare card reward right there. And so now it says, okay, well, you get 10 gold. You get an uncommon card to your deck, a reward. It'll show me 3, and a rare one. So let's look at these. Pale blue dot, reflect, and hedge money. We're not doing any of those. Skip. Go to this gold one. By the way, when you skip, you can still go back if you mess it up. This is Genesis, which gives me 2 at the start of every turn. Another bombardment or void form, which is freaking awesome. At the end of your turn, the first 2 cards you play in each turn are free. What? You know that you remember up here we had that insanity potion? That's what you put it on. Oh, shit. And if you know you're starting out with a bunch, like, didn't we get to a point where we know we started out? Like, if you know you're starting out any combat with 5, right? You know you can cast that. Jesus. All right, so we're not doing any of those. So here's the deal. I'm going to run through this, but I'll show you what I mean. I didn't like any of those options. Let's just say. Save and quit. Continue. Do it again. And so Will we get the same results? Well, no. No, we won't. If you remember where things were, if you do it differently, you get different results. By the way, there's one more card reveal that I haven't seen yet, but let's see what these are. Child of the Stars, Supermassive, and Knockout Blow. We don't want those either. The rare ones, Dying Star, Am I Invisible, and Royalties. These are free, man. Like Dying Star, I can get that for free. But why would I add another card to my deck? Deal 9 damage to all enemies lose 9 strength. I'm invincible, 10 block at the end of your turn. If it's on the top of my draw pile, it's played instantly. That's actually saved me once, but not enough, right? So I'm going to run through this a bit, see if I can find something different. Okay. All right. So we did one. We did this. I went this one over here and then up here for it. And we got the one card that I really wanted, Particle Wall. It's a common card, but you gain 9 block for 2 stars. And it stays in your hand. So you can just keep using it. So that's like key. That's key to the deck. In fact, um, I would like to get rid of more things and just have one more of those upgraded. And because you generate those stars, right? You generate them with your solar attacks, your you know the solar strike thing, the other one, and your gather light. You generate all those stars, and then you can use the particle wall over and over and over and over again, and it saves you. All right, we don't want any of these. We don't patter, glow, or any of that shit. And we really don't. Oh, sinking edges here. All right, so we're not gonna pick sinking edge. It's interesting. It's interesting, and I think neutron aegis. By the way, this one on the right is great if it was 12 plating. Like, okay, so neutron aegis is great, but the 8 plating is not enough. Now, maybe when you upgrade it, I've never had that. So plating is defense. So if I cast this, I get 8 defense. Okay. And the next turn, I get 7 defense automatically. And next turn, I get 6, and then until it goes to 0. That's why plating is so good. It's not block per se. Like block stays, and then when the turn's over, it's gone. Unless you have something to keep it, which there are things. But Neutron Aegis keeps that shit there, man. But we already have 21 cards, so we're not doing that. We're only doing what we just did. We got what we wanted to get out of that. Okay. 89 of 93. So we're going to smith, and we can see particle wall, okay, 9 block. We can make that 12. That's just great. I wish I could upgrade more things, but because I can't, there's door, right? We're almost there. Enchant an attack with corrupted. If you enchant, it will do double damage, but you'll lose 2 hit points. So this isn't so bad. It's bad to put on bombardment, but it might not be bad to put on devastate. Or you can choose a card to transform. Here's the interesting thing. You can save scum this. So you choose a card to transform, and if it does something dumb like Child of the Stars, we don't really care about that. You just go back and do it again and don't pick that. Because every card that you pick that you want to transform will always be Child of the Stars. All right, so we're going to enchant with Corrupted, and we're going to pick Devastate. If we take 2 damage for dealing 60, That's fine. That's fine. It might be the reason why we win. All right, so we have 62 gold. Here's the deal. We have 3 paths we can choose. We can go here. We don't have enough to get rid of a card. We only have 60 gold. So we probably couldn't even buy anything. But we could probably buy a potion. Or we go here, which we don't know at all what's going to happen. And it could be another fight. So I say we go here and see if we can get another pot for the final boss. We get strength. That's fine. It's 2 strength. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, this would have been better, but it's fine. All right. So that's it. Here we go. 89 of 93. It's really not worth it to rest here, but we will certainly upgrade. Ultimate Defense, Solar Strike. Man, Solar Strike. I think we have to do Solar Strike because it gives us 2 stars. And I think this battle, we're going to need all the stars we can get. Oh, but see, Shining Strike only does 3 more damage. I don't think that's nearly as important as the stars. So we're doing Solar Strike. Solar Strike for the win, man. All right. The last battle. The last battle. So he's going to summon. That's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to cast our decks. That stays with us through the whole fight. And this increases block gain. So that's all we get out of that, which is perfectly fine. Okay, it's perfectly fine. We're going to do strength, which is exactly the same, but we get 2 more damage for everything that we do. The next thing we're going to do is we have Big Bang Plus, Big Bang Plus. We'll do both of these, even though the dude, we can't attack the dude yet. It doesn't really matter. That's not the point. The point is to put that out there. And unfortunately, or fortunately, we did that. Unfortunately, meaning if we were to keep that under wraps for now and not cast those big bangs, they could come back around so we can use them again. I mean, they will, obviously, because we only have 21 cards. And then we can use them at that time. And the advantage there is the number of the amount of energy that we have will go up. So in fact, we're going to do that in this case. I think it's important to know that we have that energy like stored. Okay, Big Bang Plus, Big Bang Plus. That's fine. That we can summon the blade, but we need that extra energy when we need that extra energy, not now when we can't attack the boss. However, Solar Strike gives us 2 stars, so we're certainly doing that. Now we have 5 stars. That's all we're doing here. We're going to end the turn. Here's the deal. This round, every single attack is exhausted or skill. So any card that I play is exhausted. Whenever you play an attack or skill, it's exhausted. This is the reason why they removed Door, right? So if I play Gather Light, because he's going to do 30 damage to me. If I play Gather Light, right? Let me drink these things. I lose Gather Light for the rest of the game. If I play Cloak of Stars, I lose Cloak of Stars for the remainder of the game. If I use Devastate, I lose Devastate. So this is not ideal. So it's 30 damage though, which is kind of a lot. So I think Ultimate Defend is probably going to be one I let go. But I think all of these other things, I think I'm just going to keep them. it's just a chance, right? It's a chance. I don't know if that's the right decision because we're gonna take 27 damage. No. 17 damage. So in the door fight, this is the only phase that you have to do damage. He has I can't draw any more cards. That's the downside. He's going to do 24 damage to me, but I can cast whatever I want. I don't have to worry about losing any cards, anything like that. So that's what we're going to do. We have 3 left. We'll Solar Strike his ass. We'll Gather Light. We'll defend. Because he's going to do 18 damage and we can stop 17 of it. That's good. Good as we can get. This one, this phase, everything cost more. So whenever you play a card, I lose 1. This is just not good because I really want to cast Bombardment and I can't. So I can cast Gamma Blast, which is good because it makes this 14. But why we're bombarding him? It, door is a weird. Door is weird. It's like a very odd mechanic, and I'm not sure how well that worked. Which is one of the reasons why they took it out. It's just not. And now we're back at the first one, which is like whatever you play, you lose forever, right? And I just got through telling you that Particle Wall was so great. But now Particle Wall isn't so great because Particle Wall goes away because this boss's mechanic. Otherwise, Wall will just stay in my hand. I can just keep using it. So I think we need to go for it at this point because there's no reason why we should like do anything different. I think Reflect is probably the one we're going to do. And we don't care about. So one of the things that you can do in this fight, which I found very, very useful when the game came out up till they started branching off with betas, is you can use door to get rid of cards you don't want. In this phase, I don't want block like a regular defend. Defend 6, right? Who cares, right? Who cares? So you can use this phase to get rid of it entirely. Now it's over here in the exhaust pile. Right there. Gone. Right? He's going to do 24 damage, and I am going to reflect that shit right back at him. And I lose reflect. I understand that I lose reflect, but we need to do something. And I'm not doing anything else. I have a feeling bombardment is like our saving grace, man. So the interesting thing about bombardment is once I had 3, and it was like, boom, 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 boom. So good. All right, so I used that to get us 2 stars. With these 2 stars, we are not in a position really to do much at all. We can block for 12, or we can hit them for 10 and apply a weakened vulnerability. And the weak might bring that down a bit, but I think the block is better. And we still have 1 star. All right, Big Bang is now is the time for Big Bang. Okay. We Big Bang twice. Unfortunately, Big Bang came at a time when we were in this round, which meant every Big Bang we cast cost us 1, but it gave us 1. So it was a null. But it brought us a Sovereign Blade, which is at 22 right now. It needs to be way higher. Oh boy. This really has to make you think, man. Gathering Light. This is 2 times 13 is 26. This is the only block I have. I have to do it. All right, so we have to do Shining Star or Solar Strike. Solar Strike is 12, Shining Star is 10. 12 is better. So it's difficult, man. The door is tough. We're down to 26 hit points. And now we're at the point where it's like everything we cast goes away. So we really can't pull punches at the moment. We just need to protect ourselves. Really, we probably should do that from the beginning. Well, Falling Star has that's down to 27. It's still way too high. Gather Light, defend, or at 20, we take 7 damage. Shining Strike just to do something. It's gonna be really hard, man, to win this fight. 30 damage. This is our go time. Wow. Okay. So we're gonna do Solar Strike to get us some stars. And because we're gonna need it. We're gonna do the Smith to get us Forge 40. This is at 62 now. I think this is, if anything works out, we'll be able to cast Sovereign Blade for the win. I don't think anything is gonna work out, but it might. Who knows? So we're gonna use Cloak of Stars because it costs 1 star. This is 12 and this is 30 still. And here's our particle wall, our savior. Okay. Particle wall costs nothing and costs 2, and we can do it 2 times, costs 2 stars. Okay, so we have 26. Should we just take 4 damage so we keep 2 stars? Yes, we'll just block with this, and that will cover everything. And now we're back at the part where it's just so demanding, man. It's so demanding. All right, 32 damage. We're at 19 health. We need a Gather Light. And we can Gamma Blast his ass. I think that's what we do. Because that'll cut down on his damage and give us a reprieve. So 24 now. We're alive for another turn. Barely. Okay, so now he wants to eat everything that we do. So we'll Solar Strike to get enough for Particle Wall. And that's 29. So that's really interesting that that's happened. Because we can Venerate. And now Particle Wall we can do twice for almost enough. So Cloak of Stars gives us 12, which is good. It only costs 1 star. And then Particle Wall will give us 14, costs 2. And now we're at 26. We'll take 3 damage. And now we won't take any. But all those things are gone now. We can never use them again. It's just like we have 5 cards in our deck. This is it. If we can figure out how to get 55 damage, we'll win. All right. I think we win. I think the things we did along the way won us the game. This is the run, and the run, not the whole game, the run. Okay, because that's meaning. If we look at Sovereign Blade, it's going to do 62 damage. You only have 55 hit points. We already win. If we want to make it ludicrous, we can't. Actually, we're not. We're not gonna fucking touch anything. We're done. We're done. We win. We win. You guys and me, we win. And so we go up to the architect. And this is the Regent. This is me. And the Loud Fool returns. This is the architect. So in early access, this is what it is. So we know that there are things to come. What does the architect do? What is his role? Do we fight him eventually? You know, blah blah blah. Because this ends the exact same way. So we say shit and keep going, and we try to kill him, and we can't because he's the architect, and then he just one shots us. But the interesting thing is 238 billion damage. I think that's billion from all who have faced him. So that's fine. The important thing of this run, and when you do this and you have the timeline, you need to do certain things. You need to kill bosses 15 times. You need to kill elites 15 times. Okay. So this is important. The end is important because it shows you, yes, you killed 3 bosses. Okay. 3 out of 15. Now I need, however many more. And then under here is elites, and it tells you how many you killed. We didn't even fucking kill any. Because why? I'm already way past this in all of my profiles, so it doesn't really matter. But then we get badges. Here's a badge. Want to run with your max hit points increased by 15 or more. That badge is, not that great, but that's fine. That's fine. I got a badge. I'm happy about the badge. The badge is just a thing. It's not anything that you need to do anything like get a trophy or something like that. It's just like, oh, okay, they made something that said if you do that, you get that. Okay. They acknowledged it. So now we go back. And that's it. So here's where we are. If we were to look, have a profile here and a profile here. And these profiles have all been full. And this one needs a little bit more. I believe I am at the defect. So if we were to look, here's a defect. Let's just look really quick. We're not actually going to do anything. Let's not choose any of those. Okay. I'll just show you guys the defect a bit. Okay. Just a little bit. This guy's going to do 4 damage to me. So we just got to guard once, and then we can hit him twice. And then that's it. It's not a hard thing. This right here, the defect has the ability to channel lightning or plasma or glass. So there are these holes here and here. And if I click this thing called zap, it fills one of these with the lightning. So every turn, it will do this one, and then this one, and then this one to the enemy. Besides what I do. So if I hit him, and then that's it, it will hit him for 6, 3, 3. Now it's going to do 11. I zap again. Now all 3 things are full. I defend and defend because it's going to do 11 damage to me, but I still do 9 to him. Okay, so it's kind of a really unique dynamic, guard, 11 damage. I'm going to take 1. I hit him for 6, and then 9 more from my lightning. and now he's freaking dead, right? How could he be the one if he's dead? And then we have new cards, different cards for the defect. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love playing this game. Maybe I will play each character all the way through to win Act 3. Um, until this like early access thing is over and we actually have a thing. But for now, this is what we have. So I think that's what I'll do. It depends if I get anybody watching this. I probably won't. But if somebody does, then I made 2 episodes. If nobody does, that's fine. I'm off this. But if somebody watches it, if people watch it, then we'll do more. Okay? Please subscribe. See you soon.